Hello. Hello. How are we doing? Hop on the live and have a conversation. Hop on the live and let's have a conversation. Oh, I shouldn't have used this. I shouldn't have used this. Facebook, hop on the YouTube live. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. And we are live on Facebook. But I'm going to log out of the Facebook live. So you are free to hop on one or the other, TikTok or YouTube. And let's have a conversation. TikTok or YouTube. I'm logging out of the Facebook. Listen, I need to put this thing on. You guys don't realize I want to switch things. Facebookers want me to come to Facebook. I can't be coming to Facebook. I can't, Miss Ari, check your inbox. I can't be coming to Facebook. I want to go to TikTok or YouTube. You get it? I don't want to be coming to Facebook. Facebook, I'll be sharing pictures, videos that I post on YouTube, TikTok here and there. But the whole goal is to just leave Facebook. You understand? Facebook, of course, my stronghold and the subscribe, my main followers, like, I have 50 plus thousand followers on Facebook. So yes, Facebook is my stronghold. Facebook is home, but I don't want to be on Facebook. If you check your DM, you will see, Miss Ari, I send you a message. So let's go to YouTube and or TikTok, even YouTube. YouTube is my favorite of all the platforms. I prefer to be on YouTube. You understand? Because YouTube is, to me, YouTube is honest. YouTube is not biased. YouTube is just, if you get one view, it's one view sent, amount that you see. If you get 1,000 view, it's 1,000. But Facebook, the bias is so much, you know. Tell me what I'm doing on Facebook that and mainly what I do is lives, because I am not available to be doing content and editing and posting. This is not my full-time job. So join me on YouTube. Facebookers, join me on YouTube, because I'm about to log out of Facebook right now. And I want us to talk about what you do with your life after a divorce and separation. Okay, I'll go to YouTube. Sure. Thank you so much. So I'm going to YouTube. I'm already on YouTube. So come to YouTube so we can start talking. I'm logging out of Facebook. And I will share the link actually. Since I log out of Facebook, I'm going to have the ability to share the link, because this is also a Facebook phone. So I'll be able to share the link from YouTube to Facebook. So if you want to join it, you are welcome to do that. But I want us to have a conversation about what you really do. What do you want to do with your life after? I'm not even saying my life. I don't know why, but and unfortunately, I went to YouTube with my I went to YouTube with my phone that don't have my this thing on there. Okay, we are back. We are back on YouTube. And now that I have it here, I can share to the Facebook page for those of you who are there and want to join. And yes, when you come to my YouTube, don't be quick to switch it off the subscription, what's the name, the monetization videos that you see there. Don't be so quick to switching them off. Go ahead and like the video for me on there. What Facebook want me to do with the page, that's what I'm doing. Hi, Satish Yado, how are you? Yes, what Facebook want me to do with the page, that's what I'm doing with the page. You understand? Anyway, good evening and welcome back to Power White. My name is Mamle Yoko Godwins, and Linda. Oh my, hold on one second. Hello. Hey, how are you? Good evening. No, I'm not. I'm home. Yep, I know. They sure are. Yep, it's starting next month with and they are closing the. Yep, but you know what I still did? Oh my God, you are right. I didn't even put a weekend. I just did mine today. I didn't put in the weekend. I only put two days, because July I'm busy with my son. Oh boy. I have, yeah. Today is closing up today. Mm-hmm. So I'll update it before I sleep. I have a guest in front of me, so I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye. Yes, guys. So I want us to talk about, this light is good, but I think the phone is. I want us to talk about what you do with your life after divorce, and take Facebook, YouTube. Sorry, because this is not how I do my YouTube. My YouTube, I go straight to the point, but it's like 8 minutes now. We are now about to start. So I want us to talk about people when you are going through divorce, when you are separated. Um, let's say in this case, God be the glory. Let me start it this way. When you are at the point where you want to go through divorce, you decided this is not working anymore and I want to go. The first thing to do is not to rush to the court. That's not the first thing to do. The first thing to do is to work on your stability, your ability to be able to be seen by the court as a competent parent, as a parent that can provide stability for the kids, as a parent that have a home, shelter to bring the kids to, as a parent that have stable income. The kids are not missing school. The kids have productive life they are living. Like, you have been able to secure structure for the kids. If you are going through divorce and eventually you're going to go to the court, one thing you should know is the court hates to see that you have relocated with the kids. If the kids come from they are Marylanders, if they are New Yorkers, you can relocate them out of the state of New York. You cannot move the kids out of the state of Maryland. You cannot move the kids out of the state of Massachusetts if that is where the kids' primary residence is. The worst thing that can happen to you is if the father of the kids also comes from the same state, right? If the father of the kids, oh no, that's not what I intend doing. That's not what I intend doing at all, guys. That is not what I intend doing. Guys, I can't change. I don't know. That's not what I intend doing. If the worst thing that can happen to you is if the father of the kids also come from the same state or city, and he also want access, and it becomes a highly litigated situation. Unfortunately, it's going to go against you. But that's not really what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about what you should be doing with yourself after divorce, after separation and all. What you should be doing with yourself getting nothing to do with you stalking, looking, peeping, seeing what the other person is doing. If you are doing that, you are hurting yourself. If you're going through divorce, you're going through separation, or God being so good, you have actually achieved that. You are separated completely, you are divorced completely. The only busybodies and the only people that couldn't achieve anything greater than the ex, they are the only people that work endlessly, tirelessly, looking, peeping on their social media handles, trying to see what they are doing. There is nobody. If you are busy with your life, if you have life going for you, you will not be looking, you will not be peeping, you will not have time to be seeing what is going on the other side. Gracious Peacock, good evening. Yes, you check my inbox and then okay, Gracious. Oh, Peacock, that's beautiful, bright and sassy colors. I understand. Sure. You see what I'm saying, guys? When you are there is no way a person that is busy. These days we don't go to church. And I want to understand why. I asked my son. He said, "Mom," I asked him, I want to know. I said, you don't like going to the kingdom hall anymore? I just want to know. I seek clarity. YouTube, so sorry. This is not what I intended doing. And his first response to me was, "Ma, no, I am busy." And I understand. Where he is, the junction he is in life, he is busy. I should be even thankful that he's not wasting. But he said, "Mom, I am busy." I understood him. That is simple concept of life. You look young with the shortcut. Thank you so much. So good evening to you, good man. I appreciate it. There is no way, Akwaba. There is no way someone is busy, have life going for them, have productive things doing with their life, that they will be stalking you. Think about it. When a child has so much time on their hands, they waste on games, they waste on computer, they waste on this day here, that my son would tell me, "Mom, I am busy," and I literally can see he's busy. I waited for decades for it to come. I waited a long time for it to come. I was dealing with electronic addiction. They get bored. Kids get bored when they have nothing to do. They are not. You don't sign them up for co-curricular activities. You don't sign them up for productive things to do. They are not in gymnastics. They are not in sports. They are not in anything. They are not in any competition when it comes to. Kids get bored, so they start to find replacement activities so they can waste. Some get online and get themselves in environments where there are pedophilias. Some get to the point where in a lot they get introduced to substance use. That is where they get to a point where peer influence comes in. That's the same thing happening to you as an adult who have so much time on your hand to waste. The desire to see your ex destroy makes you become busybody. How is it that you are, example, your ex, and you are busy checking online on their social media activities? Who have time? To the point where you create a page to start bringing content about them. If you say that your ex is abusive, I asked a question. Oh, what was the question? What was the question? I didn't see your question. I just see, would you ever go back to your ex? My ex specifically, I wouldn't. There's a reason why I spat. And when I spit, I don't pick it back to put in my mouth. There is none of my exes that I'll go. I have 3 exes and I will not go back to none of them. My ex-husband and 2 people I dated. A guy I dated 2 years after him and a guy I dated 1 month after him. I'm still in a cordial relationship with the one I dated 1 month after him, after all that, but I won't go back to none of them. Why would you go back to your ex? It means you couldn't do better than that. There was a reason why he or she is your ex. When you leave your ex, your job is to do better. Your job is to invest into you. Your job is to seek a career, learn about yourself, self-identity. What did you do wrong? What did he do wrong? What can I do better? What can I change? Only forward. Forward ever, backward never. Nobody leaves me and comes back to meet me where they left me at. My ex-husband left me as a single mother, abandoned single mother with a 11-month-old and a 3-year-old. In less than 3 years, associate degree that I'm fighting to acquire for many, many years with him before I got pregnant with the first child and then second child. I finished it in less than 3 years. That is what peace of mind, concentration, no distraction can bring you. As a single mother with no help. My ex-husband, I left January 1st, 2010, and February 10th, 2010, I bought my mom's plane ticket and sent her back to Ghana because I didn't want any distraction. All I had to rely on was living nannies. I paid living nannies anywhere between $700 and $1,000. I needed peace of mind, concentration, focus, and steadily working on my goals. This is the first time I've ever been stagnant without proceeding to my doctorate degree. After that, I dated someone for 2 years. And after waiting and waiting for him to get his act right, that's why I don't deal with time wasters. Once I see you are a time waster, I move on. I don't wait on nobody again in my life. But if we follow the teachings of Jesus, he said we should forgive someone. Okay, I see and understand you, Epa. Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you forgive? I don't hate my... And let me tell you, the fact that you don't forgive doesn't mean you are bitter or you are angry with a person. You have to understand that you can make people change who they are. So since I can make you change who you are, why should I be fixated on forcing you to be a good father, forcing you to want to be a good husband? I have to do my part, because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, does it mean I should let the kids waste? I have to do it. And that doesn't mean I will be fixated on hating you. I have understood, I've come to the understanding that you would not get it right. And I can't make you get it right until you want to get it right. You cannot force a father to take care of their kids. You cannot force a mother to have to be a mother. So even if Jesus Christ says you should forgive, doesn't mean it's okay to not forgive. Not forgiving doesn't always means you are hurting. Not forgive, like me, the person is non-existent. Learn to make people irrelevant. When you learn to make people irrelevant and you don't make them the center of your life, the center of everything, it makes you ease the pain, the frustration, the anger, the trauma. It's not about you. It's not about them anymore. It's about you, your healing, your recovery, your survival, your peace. Thank you. It's about your peace. So you don't necessarily have to forgive people. It's okay to not forgive people. That does not mean you are fixated on them. You have to learn to put yourself first. Putting yourself first includes your self-happiness, your finances, your shelter, your career, your advancement, your happiness. Nobody can give you happiness by yourself. Nobody can give you peace by yourself. Everybody and everything that affects your sanity, you have to learn to cut it out. If I'm talking to a guy, I don't deal with time wasters. I know how to profile people as time wasters. I'm not going to be waiting on a guy, counting ceilings, and be waiting on his call. If I like you, yes, I'll try. I'll put in efforts. But for so long, and most importantly, when the person is doing that and you like the person, you want to find out. And that is where I do my investigation very well. So after investigation, and I realize you are not even worth me having sleepless night on you. Oh, quickly, I close docket. I don't have time to wait on you. It's not necessary. When there is life to... Do you know that dating, you need investment of time, even if it's not money? You need to invest time and money to get to know the person, to get to spend physical time with the person, not sharing bed, not eating each other. No, you need to go out. You need to hang out with the person. You need to spend quality time, taking a stroll. You have to learn how the person saw, even in a situation where there is a confusion, there is a dispute, problem resolution. How do the person react when they are angry? Because you don't want to be home and the person yell at you and stuff like that. And raise up their hands on you. If you don't spend time with them, you won't know it. You won't know who they are. So imagine all the time, some weekends. Now me, I love working weekends. These days, Sundays, I can't stand working on Sundays. My Saturdays, I want to work on my Saturdays. I want to work on my Saturdays. Right? I want to work on my Saturdays. So imagine I have to take off from Saturday to accommodate you because maybe you're coming to town to see me. Do you know how much money that is that I've lost? So that is why I will lose that money. I may not be losing fiscal money, but I'm losing money because I did not go to work. I took off to accommodate getting to know you. It's a sacrifice everybody needs to do to get to know the new person they want to get to know. So either you are spending fiscal cash or time, you are losing money. Time is money. And one thing about me is I don't like losing time. When I was doing prerequisite, if math teachers must stand on the board and calculate, show me how to solve the problem. It's a must. If a math teacher stand on the board, right? They don't stand and they are sitting down reading, I will drop out of that class because I'm not going to fail because that of a poor teacher, a teacher who would not do a good job. And whilst I'm not wasting my time to sit in that class and not understand the steps involved in solving this problem, so I will not pass the class, I am going to work and save money for that semester or the day I'm supposed to be in the math class. And I will now find out, is Miss Pennyman teaching the next math class? Yeah, I'm signing up with her. Because she's going to be energetic, she's going to stand up, she's going to be calculating, she's going to talk about all the steps involved in solving this math problem. And I'll sign up to a teacher like that. And guess what? When the going gets tough and I need to take time out of work to study for the exams, I hate to fail. I have worked that class that I dropped and saved up money. So I'm going to now be able to afford taking off from work to sit my butt down and study for this class. Time is important. Once you lose time, you will not make it back. But if I concentrate on trying to navigate and fail this class because this teacher will not get up to teach us how to solve problems, sitting down and talking, I've lost the time, I've lost money, and I will still need time to study again, repeat that class, and I will still need time, I will still need money if I need to, and I'll be stranded. You talk well, Epa. Sure, thank you so much. Do you pay more at the well, yes, we can have shift differentials, but again, if you follow the rules, depending on which floor you work, I mean at where I work, you can get a bonus from anywhere from 250 to 550 depending on the unit you work. So but you have to meet certain criteria, so it depends on where you are working. Everywhere is different. Yeah, it depends on where you are working. Everywhere is different. So that is just the bonus, and then your shift plus shift differential on weekends. So it all depends. And if you work night shift, you get more, but count me out of that night baloney these days. Anyway, I've come a long way to make the decisions I'm making now. I've done the weekends, I've done the nights, I've done the evenings as a sacrifice in raising my kids. I'm at the point where I don't need to do homeworks. I don't need to worry about that. So night is out of the show for me. I would do nights rarely. I've done one last Saturday, not yesterday, because I was sick and I chose to rest during the morning, and then night I went to do it. So that's the thing. So you see what I'm saying? So when you are going through divorce, you are going through separation, when you are done with that, focus on investing time into yourself. Learn a trade. The things that are making you not to feel fulfilled about yourself. One of them is going to be money. One of them is going to be stranded, desperately needing money because that spouse that was there helping you to take care of, maybe he probably paying mortgage and you probably paying some of the bills, it's no more there. So all is going to lay on you. If you are lucky, it's when they will pay child support. If you are fortunate, it's when they will pay child support. When that time comes, it's not all of them that have dignity and conscience and want to still maintain their, if it's not husband duties, fatherly duties. They don't even care about their kids enough to want, most of them. And you guys know this is not me saying anything bad about fathers. No, I love the night shifts. Thank God you love them. I don't. Not. Oh yeah. I know who is that. Now I have to keep reminding myself. It would be take a minute, but I'll remember who you are now. Yes, I love my nights when I had them, but I'm at the point in my life where I can barely hold myself up. I don't want to be metunko sa. I don't want to do that. I want to stay awake and do my job. And in fact, I didn't know I can do day shift though. I did not know I can do day shift ever in my life. I always thought I'm a weekender and I'm a night person, evening night weekender. I hate distraction. Distraction in the sense that why would I get paid simple pay with no shift differential? And I will still be dealing with social workers, managers, this person. No. But trust me, I love it, love it, love it. I don't have to do it. Whether I'm working as an NPO, I'm working as a nurse, I love my day shifts. If you work in nursing home, maybe that's when you're going to hate your day shift. Oh, I hate those day shifts. You're going to be doing plenty wound care, this, that. I mean, even in the hospital, you do wound care and stuff. Guys, like the video for me and share the video. You're still going to be doing, and share it to female groups, mothers, fathers, parent groups. Share it to them. Why would I work day shift in a nursing home? Therapist people are in my way. Social workers in my way. a DON is coming because there is some kind of state coming to the building. Like, it's just too much for the little money they pay you. You know, so I used to love my weekends. I love my weekends. They are quiet. The families will come, but hey, but no, 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 no. Don't take me back there. I don't need all that. I'm loving my day shift and I'm enjoying it. And yes, I don't have to deal with all the distractions because everything is electronic. Even to talk to a social worker, talk to a case manager, we discharging the patient quickly. There's a group, a chat that is created, and everybody is responding to their part of their duties. That it's much. I like the workflow. It's better for me. Okay, yeah. So listen. Leave the stalking aside. Stalking is a sign of a person that is not healed. Stalking make your ex laugh at you. And my ex now. Stalking and always be snooping, always be checking on their status, always be finding out what they are doing. I find it very troublesome, very worrying, because that is like you are mentally insane. You are obsessed, and this an obsession is a mental health disorder. Not being able to get over your ex. Not being able to get over your ex. A person that is narcissistic or have narcissistic trait, they want to control you. They want you to be under their fingertips like this, to be remote controlling you, to be checking your moves, to be this. And they lost control. So when they lose control, it's not a good feeling. One of the big criteria or characteristics of a narcissist is to control their victim. So when a narcissist loses control, they lose it. It gets in their head. So one of the things is control. Stalking is an attempt to reclaim control over someone who no longer wants to be controlled. If the relationship ended on your terms, what would you do? Your ex may feel powerless. So when they lose power, they lose the ability to manipulate. They lose the ability to love bomb you and take you through the honeymoon phase and back and forth into the toxic phase. Don't forget, it is a stimulant. It's a stimulant for narcissists. Those days, women seems to be stronger than women. Master, these days, women are stronger than men. Please, don't even start that conversation. Let's concentrate. Let's concentrate. So the loss of control of a narc makes them feel powerless, especially if that person, and you know, there are some men that have been gaslighted, abused so much that they stay in the relationship because that is all they want. They want their kids to not come from broken homes. They have themselves have been from broken homes. They themselves have been going through all this emotional pain. So they want to be there and do it right by their kids. There are a lot of men, I mean, if not a lot, at least there are a few men too that are like that. So they try to stay in the situation. Meanwhile, they are being emotionally tormented. A woman can be the same way these narcissistic men are. When they lose control, all of a sudden, hey, I have had so many instances where the women are toxic. And all of a sudden, the man couldn't bring anything anymore because there's divorce and separation. They end up being homeless. They end up living from this person to, because they themselves lack the ability to be self-sustained. And that is what you should be working on. Self-sustainability once you are divorced. You should be working on that before you got married. If you didn't and you got married and you were always provided for, and the marriage is over and you are in America, the first thing you should do is to go to the health department, go to the social services, request for family preservation counselors to be in your life. Let them come in and kick them out as fast as possible. Have a plan that you need a family preservation social worker in your life. Come to your life from January to June. Within January and June, have a plan that at least you want to take 3 months out of that to take a course, CNA course, patient care technician course. They will pay for it. Do a CNA course or patient care technician course that will get you into a hospital if you are a person that wants career advancement. This is just example. There are many jobs you can do. There are social media content creation. There are different things you can do. But from January to June, that 6-month period, have a plan that I am going to fight for me and these kids. I'm going to use the system as my support system since I don't have any. And they want you to be self-sustained. This family preservation social worker will sit like how a teacher does care plan, how nurses does plan of care, how nurse practitioners, doctors will develop plan of care for you. That is how these social workers create a plan of care with you. Family preservation plan. There is a plan. You will understand if that becomes your story. Whether you are a man or a woman, get into that. They will pay. Once they have that, they will now send the plan to their manager, request and solicit for funds and a program that will pay for you. They will be giving you that food stamp, of course, health insurance, all of that. You have to find your shelter, of course. I don't think usually. But, and you go and take this CNA course. Within 3 months, you can finish. Within 6 months, you take your boards. If you want to be a GNA, if not, you can take your patient care technician course and go to the hospital. Some hospital will take you with a CNA. You can even go to the hospital with a CNA and be a CEDAR. When you are a CEDAR, you can work 3 12-hour shifts. You can be night shift, but most of the time, CEDARs, CEDARs comes as comfort or safety companions. So you have to wait. It's like mostly you are on call, so you wait till what happened to your hair. I cut it off today. Yes. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Anyways, so anyway, these people yeah, this is how I'm gonna be living now too. I don't like it. Oh, anyway, I like it. But anyway, yeah, thanks for your opinion though. But yeah, I think we'll get used to it. I love it. But you see, when you end up getting into the patient companion as a CNA, you can also get through that to get into actual patient care tech, because there's a program in the hospital that will absorb you and train you in that path. Or you can still continue with the program, outside through your family preservation counselor, and you get your patient care tech like a certification. That one I don't think it's a license. You will just take the course and you work in the hospital. The reason I encourage people working in the hospital is you are going to be around people that are achievers, graduates, nurses, doctors, NPs, social workers. You will find your niche and where you want to be, And as a person working in the hospital, every year you get anywhere from, it used to be 5,000. I don't know what it is now, but you can get up to at least 5,000 that to pay for your prerequisites. You can take classes online when your kids are in school. You work only 3 days a week. And out of that 3 days, you have 4 days left, and you still get to have what? Benefits. Student loan reimbursement, students tuition reimbursement, tuition reimbursement, vacation hours are building, sick time is building. You choose to do 401k or not, it's on you. That, you see, this thing I described now, it occupies you. It takes your brain off the stress thinking and other things that will be distracting you and bothering you. It keeps you away from fixating on what your ex is doing, looking on his social media platforms, what is going on, and be looking on his status. And even if you are blocked, then you go all out of your way to go and create a new page. Masa, rather focus on advancing yourself, investing something into yourself, get your mind busy, and you become less available to think about the trauma and think about all those things. Surely take time to heal. Find a support group. Find what? A therapist. Find a therapist that will work with you and help you to relabel the pains, list them out, relabel them, reassign new meaning to them. Teach you some coping skills, how to put some of these things behind, how to develop, go through the healing process. Trust me, you have to go through all the steps of loss, denial, bargaining. By the time bargaining comes, the marriage is gone already. So there is no bargaining. The only bargaining you're going to be, God, if you help me and my husband come back, maybe I'll do this. God, help me. And you'll still be praying. I don't waste my time praying on something that the person, like, what is meant for me, God won't take it away from me. Anything that is gone, I close the door sharp so you don't rush coming back. I start working on how to build me. It is not about the person that is gone. It isn't about, it's not about the person that is gone. Right now, at the point where the person is gone, it's about you. The person, most likely, these men, they think they are doing you a favor. Let's show, the person tell you you'll be a homeless person if they are not there. The person tell you you'll be hungry when they are not there. Let's see how you're going to take care of the kids. Let's see who is going to help you with the kids. His own child, he's telling you. Let's see who is going to help you with the kids. So he's living, not planning to be there in his kids' life and support his kids. So you're going to wait for him. At the end of the day, the kids are on you. You want to see them waste, and what becomes of you? You see it? So instead of wasting your time and wanting to still force yourself to control this person that you no longer have control over them, to abuse them emotionally, to feed you, take care of you, force them to even come back and take care of their kids. Even if you go to the court will ask you, where are the kids? You say they are with you. The court will tell you their job is to put the kids in a safe environment and not to force the court will never force, the court will not enforce a custody order. The court will put custody order in place. But if the person don't want to pick the kids up, the person don't want to be involved, I have gone to court several times asking the court to force this parent to be in his kid's life, to come and pick them up on the only 2 hours every Friday in 1 year. He doesn't do it. Just the 2 hours every Friday. Initially, that's what it was. Because there was abuse involved. So I don't have to be in contact with him. He don't have to be in contact with him. But to pick his own kids for just 2 hours a week, That is what he told the court he can do after work on Friday, 2 hours. He does not do that. And my son was going through stresses not having him around. So because of my son, I want him to be picked up so he interact with his dad and then bring him back. He won't do that. The court says we don't force parents who don't want to be in their kids' life to be in their lives too. That is forcing them, and that can end the child up in being abused. So you don't have to be fixated on your ex. You don't have to be fixated on these people. You have to focus on how to rebuild. It is people that want to still be controlling. Stalking can be their distorted way of reasserting influence or dominance over the life of the person they lost, over the life of the victim. Because if the person that is a victim can be the only, well, victims can be obsessed too, because victims can have Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome can be a different topic for another day. You can Google it, you can find out what Stockholm syndrome is. So victims can be obsessed because of Stockholm syndrome too. And they can, because they want to, oh, he was abusive, but he loved me. Yeah, but he was abusive, but he always provided for us. That is a sign of Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is something, a phenomenon that makes victims, the victimized mentality, they protect their abuser. And they undermine and they minimize the magnitude of the abuse that is being directed at them. You get it? So yes, stalking is something that allows these perpetrators, narcissists, to want to force to remain superior, dominance, and force their existence and the way they think they have power over their victims. Obsession is keen. Obsession and fixation. It distracts you away from finding your purpose and from healing, from focusing on things you should be doing for your healing. You can lose your job by being fixated, being obsessed, worrying about that person, because you go to work and maybe you're dealing with delicate lives and other things. You'll be distracted. You will not focus. Documentation is what proves that you've done something, and that is what brings money. That is what the coding people, the billing and coding people, they use to showcase your work. Hey, look at what we did. This is what this patient came with, but this is what we did, and look, and it has resolved, and we solved the problem, and this, and we gave this med, and we did this lab, and we did this x-ray, and we did this CAT scan. So we need to be reimbursed for all these people, all these services. And you know what? During this period, we have paid for this number of hours, this number of nursing hours, this number of doctor hours, this number of caregiver hours. Oh, during this period, this is how many meals we serve this person. This is how these businesses get paid. But we are doing this obsession, being obsessed over your ex, fixating over them, and you are either wasting and broke, or you are working and making mistakes. So as a result, you are costing your employer financially. Then you end up losing your job. Then your ex now hears it and laughs at you. That is the least anybody can do to me. I will never allow my enemy to laugh at me. To the glory of God, I will put in the work necessary for you not to see me starving, for you not to hear that I'm homeless, for you not to, I can't even imagine allowing myself to become that person that you will look back and talk to people. I told you I was the one taking care of it. Where is it? Oh, I'm working 2 jobs. I have to do it whatever it takes to send my wife to nursing school. Where? Which nursing school? The nursing school that I graduated 3 years, within 3 years of you leaving. If you were that supportive and providing for me, why was I not done with prerequisite before you even left, let alone finishing nursing school? Stop wasting and stop fixating on the problems and your ex. I know some of the problems prevents you from concentrating. It increases your anxiety, and anxiety makes it difficult for you to focus and achieve any goal. That is why you need a coach, you need a therapist, you need a support group. I love support groups or group therapy. Why? Because there is somebody sitting there going through the same thing you are going through. They'll be describing because you know what, in therapy or in group therapy, right? There are everybody sitting there are there, and their entry level starting that meeting for that day is on different levels. Somebody has come to that therapy for like 12 weeks program. Maybe she has been there or he has been there for 8 weeks, left with 4 weeks for them to graduate. There's somebody there that is maybe 4 weeks. There's somebody there that's you, and you are just coming in. So now that the one that is advanced, that has learned some coping things already, strategies already, and has applied this to her problems and has seen resolution, has seen how it's helping them, they will now talk about it, and they will talk about how they were feeling coming in, where they are now in their journey, and what they are looking to get to, what they are expecting or what they are working on achieving. You are going to be there, you're going to be listening and say, wow, this is exactly what I'm going to, or something. And now you're going to think about some of the strategies they are talking about, and you're going to live there applying it to yourself. So these are some of the reasons why I like group therapy, because you know what, you're not going to just sit down there with a one-on-one therapist, vent, and then, okay, so when is your next availability? Are we keeping the same day and time next week? I don't like that kind of situation for you. Find a support network, find a religious group, women's group, not toxic women's group. Women's group that is a place that they have documented reputation that they can provide you support. You will heal, even if you need a respite care whereby you need a break from your kids. You are going through that. You just need to clear your brain. There is someone in that group that will say, bring the kids for the evening or bring the kids for the weekend. So you go on and relax. Oh, I can drop the kids off for you today. Find a network like that. That is what you should be busy doing. If the kids are little, for that first 10 years, that's what your life will be. Unfortunately, it is what it is. You just have to work around it. That's why your coping comes into play. That is where your ability, your resilience comes into place. Not everybody that comes out of these situations and have the ability to survive. Obsession and fixation. Some people don't love you. They just fixated on you. That is a friend saying that Konongo Kaya people, no. Obsession personalities often can't let go. That is, you saw the page on TikTok. I was talking about this lady, whoever that person was. That is why you have the whole time on your hand. Create a whole page just to drag this person and denigrate them. You said the person, this situation involves abuse of children. Why is this important for you right now? As an advocate sitting here, the only time it's important for me to talk about it is when it's acute. When the kids are still under the abuser's care, despite the documented evidence of abuse. But as a situation right now, you are not sharing anything that is credible that shows that this person has abused his children. You have shared documentation of abuse that you cut pieces. Some of us has been in the system for so long. Oh. You cut pieces of that state abuse of second degree abuse of a child and second degree abuse of an adult, but there is no the person's name, the person's age, the person's date of birth, like all those things are, those details are not there. How am I supposed to believe you? You are not a credible person. You are just an obsessed person that is stalking your ex. The kids are not under abuse. They are in fact not under the person you are targeting that they are abusive. You are showcasing documentation that they have DUI. What is their DUI status got to do with abuse of kids? So this person is not credible. They are just obsessing over losing that partner, fixated on their ability to still take them hostage and try to control them, manipulate them to satisfy their needs, to achieve their needs. It's got nothing to do with the allegations. Allegations and posting things about the people without sharing anything credible that convinces me that these are facts will not get me involved in doing nothing. And if they are facts, will still not get me involved in doing nothing, because you know what? I am not the court. Court has the expertise to look through it. They don't always do the right thing, but unfortunately, if you believe there's abuse of a minor, you take the evidence to court. Not trying to manipulate bloggers and aliens you don't know to come and team up with you, and you use them, use the same control approach, manipulate them to get on your team, and then control them so you can use them as your flying monkeys to go and destroy somebody's life. That's ridiculous. So a person that is obsessed and fixated, they are fixated and they can now move on. They are not fixated for good reasons. Obsessive personalities, they can't let go. They may feel entitled to access your life, their ex's life, even after the relationship has ended. That is who they are. They struggle to separate themselves emotionally. That is where the obsession comes in. That is where the stalking comes in. That's where the stalking and the obsession comes in. Narcissistic injury. The person weren't supposed to leave, especially not on their terms. Now the narcissist is being wounded when their victim escapes. So the obsession and the fixation resulting in the stalking is like, how dare you leave without me allowing you to leave? You didn't leave on my term. I'm not done using you yet. The stimulus you're giving me, I want to be stuck on it. I don't want you to leave yet. You have to set yourself free from it. The person stated that she self-mutilated. That is a sign of a disturbed mental state. I said that. How can you self-mutilate and say it is your ex's fault? That is mental illness. That is self-harm. You need to be put in a seclusion. You need to be put in a one-on-one monitoring on a mental health institution. On a mental health ward in a mental health institution. The videos I responded to her comments is on my page. Go and look at them. How can you be self-mutilating and blame it on your ex? It is your own, and what the stalking she's doing is clearly stating that it is this guy that didn't know and went in. Self-mutilating is telling me that you were long time a mental health. That's why I say African men, mobile broaching na muko online kofa nkolai akata for ya ni inkofo ya. Majority of them are on ADHD, which of course it becomes a dependent thing. It's not bad to be on ADHD drug to get you focus. But it becomes a problem when without the ADHD drug, you are not working, you are not in school, and you cannot live normal life, because that is what these drugs do. Your body becomes dependent on them, not because you want to be dependent on them. Your body and the mechanisms, the chemical, chemicals in your body that get to be balanced are not being balanced naturally. They are dependent on the drug. So when the drug is not in your brain, it affects you. You get anxious, you get nervous, you'll be pacing, you'll be shaking, you have tremors. So self-mutilation that she described is telling me that before this guy met her, she was already mentally ill. And she used emotional manipulation to take hold of him. And he was looking for, most of people that also have emotional issues because of their upbringing, who raised them and stuff, majority of the time they also end up latching onto the same things they lacked in their life. The things they lacked, they look for them to latch on. That is why I keep telling you that raising kids that are emotionally balanced, kids that are psychologically grounded, is a big thing. Hey doc, I see you. KKB. You need, can it be a multiple personality disorder? Yes, people can have, and then sometimes one of the personalities can present more than the other, but you need to be very careful because the personalities overlaps. The clusters, sometimes you see this here and then you see this here. So you have to make sure your assessment skills, if you are a clinician, is very, very, grounded, so that you are not, because if you do the wrong diagnosis, you come into the wrong conclusion. You're gonna also come into wrong decision making when it comes to treatment. You understand? That's a diagnosis that cannot be determined without adequate assessment. Exactly. You cannot just assume somebody has something. You have to assess. You have to do comprehensive health assessment before you can come into conclusion. If you do the right, you can run into the wrong conclusion, you're going to run into wrong treatment. And that is where you can end up being sued for liability issues. You can have liability lawsuits. So we're talking about narcissistic injury. The person that is doing this talking, like I'm saying, the person themselves, they gave themselves away. They said they were doing mutilation, self-mutilation. That is telling me that they had a long-standing mental illness before they even came in contact with this guy. That is SI symptoms. You want to harm yourself. You have to be in an institution, locked down, with one-on-one. Every 50 minutes, someone is documenting on you. So that person is not psychologically healthy. Is mentally ill. And they are fixated on their ex. And unfortunately, this ex have kids left in their care. So it means you are Ghanaian that left these kids in their care. You yourself, you don't have children. Because the children are going to be... See, how would the kids' needs be met when the person is busy looking for you, tracking your steps, tracking where you are, stalking you all over the place, abandoning the kids' needs? Are you seeing what I'm saying? So what are you supposed to be doing when you are divorced? You have no business stalking that person. You have no business being obsessing over that person. You have no business being fixated over that person. You have to redefine the meaning of your relationship. And the only definition is co-parenting. And that is if you are lucky safe. Most of the time, you're going to be the only person parenting these kids. And that's what I'm giving you, strategies to survive. You don't have a career, you don't have a trade, you don't have anything. Go to social services. Work on achieving something. Work on your stability. The emotional mood swings will come, but you know that if that takes priority, you'll be homeless. You'll be hungry. Your kids will be starving. Within 3 months to 6 months, be able to get, and they have links. Once they help you achieve this certification, they can help you also get a job in the hospitals and stuff. Once that going for you, you have to find a stable shelter, a stable place, even if it's 1 bedroom for you and your 2 kids. Until you are 4, that's when they'll be expecting you to have 2 bedrooms apartment. Find yourself a small 1 bedroom that you can afford. Hey Favor, good to see you. Thanks for liking the video. You get it? Now, after you find a little certificate, find yourself a little job doing. Now, the pressure and the frustration and the stress will start going down, because you cry, you are busy working. You have less time. When you come home, you take the care of the kids, feed the kids, you are tired. Me, I wake up 5 a.m. Be studying. 5 a.m. is when they are finally awake. Mom, we are hungry. Between 5 and 6, breakfast, they are done with eating their warm oatmeal with their Pediasure and stuff, no sugar. By 7, we are waiting on Ivan to get in the bus. By 7:30, me and Evan are going. I'm dropping him off at Head Start. By 8, he's in school. I'm going to the college. Monday to Friday, this is our routine. When I come, sometimes Ivan will come before we come. He will get into there. He won't close the door, and the strap door with the glass door will be there. Thank God, to a good neighborhood. And he will come. Every time you rearrange him, close the door when you enter. He'll be in the house. So I'm always rushing between 2:30 to between 2 and 3 to come get him. When I come, lunch. Then before you know it, do their he's in 1st grade, so then we do his homework. Then Evan will sit. We have pictures from that. I shared Facebook. We have it. Someone left a comment said, "It will be good if Cora and JD could hear you speak Epa." My dear, Cora used to hear me speak a lot. That has helped her in her journey to an extent. JD will never learn. If JD, this is the period he should be chasing his doctorate degree. He said he's a doctor. Everybody exposing his now. This is the time. You have to get there. That's the only winning. They could learn a lot. Actually, Cora did learn a lot from listening to me. So, you see what I'm saying? When you find yourself in that environment, you are now seeing what people are doing. I'm sure you don't want to remain being a CNA forever. When you have student tuition reimbursement. With tuition reimbursement, without your income, you already have Pell Grant. You don't need even that tuition reimbursement, but you need the Pell Grant. You will pay for your college. You don't have to be taking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prerequisites at a time. Take 1 at a time. That is your strength. If 2 is your strength, you start taking 2 at a time. Instead of sitting down and acquiring narcissistic injury. The narcissistic injury is coming from you not reaching, you have not finished using the person. You have not finished retrieving your stimulus from them. The benefit you are getting from them, the abuse, you abuse them for satisfaction. You financially abuse them to stay financially grounded, having your needs met. You lost that. So you are injured. That is where the narcissistic injury comes from. Because the separation is not on your terms. It is the victim's, it's on the victim's term. The victim has finally escaped. The victim has not availed themselves for you to be doing what? To be getting your stimulus. As a result, you are injured, you are scarred, you are bruised. Hence, going back to the obsession, the fixation, and the stalking. You get it? If your ex has narcissistic traits, being left can cause a blow to their ego. That is where the narcissistic injury is coming from. Narcissistic injury, well, I said that already. Stalking becomes what? A way to punish you for the perceived humiliation, because you have escaped the situation. You have humiliated them. You created a vacuum in them. Now all the people that looked at them and gained confidence in them because you were their supply, now you don't have the supply that boosts their ego and cause them to stay emotionally grounded anymore. They are now humiliated. They are what's going on? Look at how we see J-Broke constantly being deflated and stuff like that. He can never attain independence when it comes to emotional health. He always sips on someone's emotions and energy to stay emotionally stable. And you have seen that constantly over and over again. Hence the many turnovers with the intimate partners. In the past, how many years, how many intimate partners have you seen come and go? A healthy person will not do that. A healthy person is able to stay emotionally independent. So they don't need to latch on somebody's energy for them to stay grounded. You get it? Think about it. Stalking becomes their way to punish you, the victim, for how they think you have humiliated them and what they want to regain emotional control. You get it? And guess what brings back the stimulus? They want to see your reaction. They feed on your reaction. They feed on your pain. They feed on you crying. Then it gives them emotional satisfaction. They feed on you being in distress. It gives them emotional satisfaction. They feed on draining your energy. They feed on that until they get that response they are soliciting, they are seeking for from you. The stalking, the obsession continues, and all the cycles we explain remains. And that is why you need to make narcissists non-existent, irrelevant, so that whatever they do don't emotionally affect you. Because you have made them irrelevant. They are not there. They are there, but they are almost like unalive and gone. And that makes them go through a lot of pain. Narcissists hate to not see you give them the response they want. That person on my page this past few days that is constantly, today he came and did left another comment. And as long as I'm there, I will respond to them. I have all the time in the world. I do this for a living. That person is a narcissist. That person, even if that person have mental illness before going into that relationship with him, with this ex she's talking. A person that self-mutilates is self-mutilation. I don't want to mention the word because TikTok will take the page for even, self-mutilation is a sign of SI. People that that have self-mutilation, they are picked up by 911. They will take them to mental health institution in a lockdown environment whereby they assign them one-on-one. I work with a patient, and the patient I told, oh, try and eat your food. I don't want to tell you a whole lot about the story. And they said she don't speak. She's Cambodian, and we have to use this language device to be communicating and stuff. And I gave her care. I was so empathetic to the point where this woman spoke English to me. And I was trying to seek clarity on what she said. She said, I don't want to live anymore. That's what she said. Just like that. With that gesture. Immediately, they put her on one-on-one. So imagine if you are self-mutilating. It is an emergency situation. You don't deserve to be home in front of the kids. Do you know how traumatizing it is? That's trauma for the kids to see you cutting yourself, self-mutilating. That is self-injurious behavior. I'm impressed. Okay, sure. That's what that woman is experiencing right now. Yes. Did you study psychology, EPA, or how did you learn all this? If you follow me so long, you know I am a psych nurse practitioner, but think about it. I just love mental health. I love behavioral health. I hate having to deal with behavioral kids because those spoiled brats, I can't handle them. But yeah, I like to do psychiatric health versus behavioral. I don't like behavioral health. Behavioral health is where psychiatry have four umbrellas. Behavioral health is where the manipulation, this talking is behavior. Narcissism is a way of life, right? Narcissism is a way of life. The person does what they do to get satisfaction. Once they get satisfaction, they are happy, they are content, they are able to live. Once they don't get your reaction, they don't get to feed on you, your emotions, your reactions, then the pain comes. They go through depression. They go through then behavior sets in. They can spoil things. They can throw tantrums. I don't want to deal with people who are using behavior to manipulate people. I want to deal with true illnesses. I'm psychotic, and if you give me my psychotropics, I'll be fine. I'm depressed, and if you give me the antidepressant and you give me coping strategies, I'll be fine. I have anxiety. If I show you what to do, which I've done, even Facebook, people show up in my life, ask questions, and right away I say things, and they'll come back a few days or a few weeks later and tell me in the live that that's when I used to teach on Facebook. They'll tell me that, oh, whatever you said, I did it and it worked. Those are the things that gives me satisfaction. As an advocate, I want to see results. There is no winning with people with behavior, borderline personality disorder people. Just you'll be curing them for years for borderline personality. Forget it. So those behavior health people and personality people, I don't like dealing with them. They are manipulative. Jesus. Let me tell you a simple story. I have end-stage renal disease. I'm a dialysis patient. I don't have AVF. I have a central line access. The central line access, the central line cord is stitched. The hole is created and then into the valve, right? And then it's stitched around the flesh. I went to the IR for the procedure. Before I have to go for the IR, I cannot eat. I have to stay NPO. I go, I came. Because I asked for something and they won't give me. So I throw myself on the floor. I tore off my clothes. I pull my thing. And I'm sitting in a pool of blood. What a nonsense. A grown man doing that. That is behavioral health. This nurturing process to that point at a grown person's age, 25, 30, and they have this kind of nonsensical behavioral health. Master, I will talk to you. I will talk facts to you. You see, so me, I can't do behavioral health. I do it, but I have my approach. So now, as a result of your behavior, you'll be starved, non-intentional by the team, by your actions. You are going to be starved. Because now, they have to make a decision. Do we now have to take you back to the IR? We have to do chest x-ray? So now you are going to prolong your hunger. The things that is upsetting you because of this nonsensical behavior, it is going to, so now you need the occupational mental health therapist. We have physical therapists that are, occupational therapists for physical therapy people. But we also have occupational mental health therapists. So that occupational mental health therapist now job is to come in and talk to you and process these things to you, process what happened to you with you, and try to help you see that your behavior is causing you harm. And with this behavior, you cannot achieve meaningful living in society. You cannot obtain a job and keep the job, because there are a lot of people looking for that job. Nobody have time to tolerate your emotions, to pamper your emotions and your ego, throw a tantrum, and then when you calm down, then now you resume working. Who have time for that? So it impairs people from living a healthy life, living a meaningful life, acquiring a career, acquiring relationships, and maintaining them. That's why I tell you, I don't wait on people. I hate people who waste my time. That valuable time, I need it to go and invest in myself. Even if I'm not doing anything, let me go and work with that time. At the end of the day, yesterday before I went to work, I know how much my hours is in the system. By the time I came back, I clocked out. I also know how much I'll be paid next Friday. You see the difference? If I threw tantrum yesterday, if I stayed depressed because I'm waiting on somebody that don't value me, call and they don't call, so I got depressed and I got stuck in the bed, in the center of my bed, and I find it difficult to wake up and go to this work. Me working is my therapy, because I want to see money, I want to pay my bills, I want to be able to afford my needs and my kids' needs. You see that depression that got me grounded in the center, deeper part of my bed and couldn't get me out of bed, has ripped me off, increasing my hours by a whole 12 hours and more. It has stripped me of having $550 bonus on top of my salary. It has stripped me of having nearly $2,000 per day. What is the sense? What have I acquired that? Those behaviors drive me up. When will you be online again? I'm in Europe and I should sleep. Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. You have been up late. Honestly, this is something I'm trying, because I'm trying to leave Facebook. I will share to Facebook, which of course I've shared to Facebook. So what I'm trying to use my Facebook for now is to be on of all the platforms, the one I like the most is YouTube. So I'm trying to see if it, and I don't do videos and share because I don't have time to do the videos. I used to, I just don't have the luxury now. So I will be coming here, but one thing with my style of content is you just have to follow me and turn on your notification. I don't have a schedule. When I used to be on Facebook few like 2 years ago or so, there was a time I know when we should do the programs. We had a topic, I set it up, people saw it, as as an event, and they will show up to it. My followers on Facebook know my style, but so that's what you should do really. Follow the page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then when I come, you'll see me. But pretty much that's it, because I can tell you my schedule is all over the place with the kids schedule, my schedule. We have only one car, and even if we have two, it will take time for them because to drive and stuff like that, because I feel like I don't want to force them to be on the road when they don't need to be, unless they have a job, have school, certain things that they need to drive. But I still drive everybody to everything. So bear with me. If you will follow or you subscribe, that's the best way to go. So when I'm online, you will see it. And then even if you can also watch it later. That's what I like about YouTube. It will be there, you come and watch. Facebook, sometimes you don't know which is which. Yeah, but thanks for coming and thanks for engaging. You were very helpful in the comment section. You made it very interactive. I was able to answer questions that you put on there. Yeah, God bless you and good to see you. Subscribe and you see me again by all means, and turn on your notification. You see what I'm saying? Why would you be wasting? Why would you let someone cause you to become impaired, psychologically insane? That is a sickness, to be able to be stalking someone, obsessed to the point where, but again, self-mutilation is telling me this is always you. This has always been you. The person is a victim. Your ex, that girl, that person that has been, I responded to a few times. The guy is a Ghanaian and the girl I'm thinking is African American. You have always been this, and he is a victim because, hey, our men counts, they think all that glitters is gold, and then they want you because you are more sexually available. And don't forget, these people too are hypersexual. And a man that some men just think, oh, it's all about the legs. When you are hypersexual, you are more likely getting yourself exposed to a knack, an insane person online, in the clubs. You will think it's a match made in heaven because, oh, when you have intimacy, it's a bomb. You would think it is match made in heaven because you complement each other in bed. That is when you should enjoy it with caution, because hypersexuality is a big sign of narcissistic personality people. Narcs and some mental health people, they are hypersexual. So if you end up picking one of such as your intimate partner, guys, TikTokers, why don't you power tap? I know you are learning something. Thanks for those who power tapped. But I know by all means someone is out there learning something. Why can't you just power tap? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't take away from your dignity, your finances, nothing. So power tap. Sure. Good man. Good to see you. You see that? They want your reaction. If they can't have your love, they will settle for your fear and anger. They can't have your money. They can't be there so they will frustrate you. They will, hey, you don't want to deal with a knack. If you are dealing with a knack, make them your ex in peace. Don't live with their child. They will use that child to torment you, to track you down, to do it all. In this case, the kids are with this knack, and yet she is not content. She's still everywhere stalking this guy and his new relationship. Think about it. They want to be angering you. They want to be, and the guy blocked her. So I know the guy is still is managing her. He is protecting himself so well. But I'm telling you, this girl is insane. From objective, what she's giving me from objective assessment, she is insane. If that is your ex, whether it's a man or a woman, you are set to fail. That is all that is in their mind. Whatever it takes to bring you down, whatever it takes to have you. If I can't have you, no one else can have you. If I can't have you, I will destroy you. That kind of thing. And they have no power to destroy. And that becomes pain. Increasing the obsession. Increasing the stalking. You get it? Stalking may be a way to provoke you, to remind you that they still exist in your emotional what? In your emotional world. I'm not letting you go. You still belong to me. You will have people tell you that. They believe that. I remember when my ex-husband left and joined the lady I met him in our bed with. And me, the wife, I'll have to make an appointment to see him. And I have my kids in the car and go to meet him at work. And he has phone on his side. That was early on when you are still in the bargaining phase. Dealing with the loss, denial, then bargain. This can be me. Then you get into the bargaining phase. If you come home, babe, come home, let's work on the marriage. Let's work on raising the kids together. You are still bargaining. And I made a mistake and I tell him, just know that no matter what, I'll still love you. Jesus Christ. Bitch, I ain't gonna love you when you're not doing right by me and your kids. Who told you that? So Oga put this in his little empty knucklehead. Jesus. And thought, as he abandoned the kids, abandoned me, taking care of this woman that is a single mother and her child, I will be there and still be loving him. Let the game begin. By the time he realized, my people, I filed for divorce. You left January 1st. That's our New Year's gift. February 10th, I sent my mom to Ghana. April, I filed for divorce. The judge didn't give it to me because he said it was left with 2 days to the 1 year. You know, you need to be separated for 1 year. And I don't know why she didn't give me, because we still have the domestic violence, meaning I was a victim. So then I just forgot about it, went to school, finished school. Now he said I use his child support. I use child support that don't pay nothing to pay my school fees. I got a Pell Grant. That's what I was telling you. There was resources available to you. I went to school, got my associate degree, no school fees. I finished my bachelor's, no school fees. By the time I started working as a nurse, I was no longer qualified for Pell Grant. The job now pays. My master's, the same job started paying for my master's, and then I quit the job because of I have to just avail myself for studies, the kids, and making sure I'm able to manage all three things: work, the kids, bills, everything, and school. So I didn't want to be confined, tied down with, I have to give you availability. I want to wait and pick up shift as I could. You get it? They want to drain your emotions. They want to drain you emotionally. They want to frustrate you. They want you to understand that if they are not there, you don't exist. If you don't take them back, if you don't give them the stimulus, you will never be set free. This is a narcissist. And that lady that keep commenting and I'll keep responding to her, she is a typical narcissist with different issues. A person that mutilates. Depression is there, and a lot of bipolar is there, and a lot of other things are there. I am not saying they are there because I have not assessed her, but likely these things are existing prior, especially bipolar. It is existing prior to meeting this guy. Prior to meeting him and having a child with him and all that, marrying him, these mental health disorders has been existing in her prior to that. What did you catch your husband with another lady in bed? Of course, now it is what it is. Night shift working. You go to work night shift. This is what's going to be doing. In most, I'm not the only one. In most African homes, most women, nurses that work night shift. Some comes away. I'm not the only one. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not the only one. It's not news. A lot of nurses. So me, I don't encourage working night shift if you are married. In fact, even if your husband works night shift, do you know some of them will say, I'm coming, they are going to work, and that night they pick up extra shift. They are not at work. They go to another person's house, another female's house. And I heard women are doing it too. So anyway, it's not news. I'm not bothered by it. I mean, I've moved on. I'm happy. I'm single and content and, peaceful. My life is all about, all I need is peace. You get it? Take note. Narcissist engagements are engagements that will set you up for distraction. So you need to live to study about these people. Equip yourself with knowledge pertaining to how they operate. And that will help you. They will set the trap and you will escape from it. That sweetest twist. That is sweetest twist, sweet, eh? I know TikTok people and YouTube people, you are not used to how I speak sometimes. Sometimes I can be jovial. That sweetest sweet, eh? That sweetest sweet, eh? When the narcissist set a trap and you escape it, they said you escape it. The minute you escape it, you have refused or not avail yourself to give them supply. That is where the narcissistic injury comes in. One of these days, we'll also talk about narcissistic trauma and narcissistic exhaustion. We'll talk about narcissistic exhaustion, how you can exhaust a narcissist. You get it? Attention, even negative attention, they don't mind. They need a little bit of response from you. It doesn't matter it's positive, negative. They just need to. Even if it's a negative attention, they need it from you. That's a win for them. Even if it's a negative attention, that's a win for them. They will set you up. And when you fall in the trap, they will use it against you in the law court when you go for your custody orders and child support orders in front of a judge. So escape, learn their tactics and escape from falling in the ditch, falling in their traps. Any reaction from you is a win for a narcissist. Positive or negative reaction, period. When they're stalking you, they want to know that it is getting to you. You are frustrated. It's paining you. Don't avail yourself for your emotions to become a narcissist feeding play field where they feed on feeding space. Delusion and fantasy. Their obsession makes them get to this phase. Some stalkers convince themselves that is the illusion, and it's the obsession that creates that. Some stalkers convince themselves they still have a relationship with you. That's where the obsession is hiding. Even if you've moved on, see, this guy has moved on. He is with him. I don't have TikTok or Instagram, so only here and Facebook. Great. Follow me on Facebook, Epa White, and then subscribe to YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, more likely you will have to click. If I share there, you have to click to come here, because I'm definitely not going to be on Facebook. Sleep well, and God bless you too, Godman, good man. You see that? Obsession results in delusion. They are obsessed over you to the point where in their mind, even though you are gone, have you ever heard someone tell you, I know we are not together, but in me, in my heart, I'm still with her, or I'm still with him? That's a delusion. Don't be obsessed on somebody to the point where they are gone, and you still forcing your place to be where you are not wanted, where there is no space for you. The person is not available to you. That to create a lot of rejection, pain, depression. You can't even, you'll be depressed to the point you can't get up to move. You can't get up. You'll be disabled. Why would you want to do that to yourself? On pewa and penibi. She don't want you, don't want him some. Her some. He don't love you, don't love him some. Move on. Adopt that personality and see how life treats you. See where life takes you. See where your mental health will be. Take note. Even if you have moved on. In cases of mental illness, example, delusional disorders or erotomania, your ex might genuinely believe there is still a connection. You see, so they'll be waiting. I didn't wait this long to sing. I didn't stay single because I believe I still love my ex or I'm waiting on him. No, I stay single because I haven't found somebody that their yes means yes and their no means no. It's always one story, and by the time you figure out, it's a different story. And I just don't have time for that. Constantly switching my emotions with different people just to try to know them. It's unnecessary for me. You get it? Don't be obsessing and stay in delusion thinking they still. I told you of a friend of mine, right? Facebookers know those that know that. That would be that Dancer is obsessed with me. Dancer can't live without me. Dancer is obsessed with me. A man that has had multiple kids with different women whilst married to you. In fact, that February that he's divorced from you, he's had a child with another person, a Kenyan, around the same time, and married another woman in Ghana around the same time. How is that person obsessed with you? Make that make sense. That is a delusional state of mind, thinking of things that are not existent. Wrong perception, altered perceptions. That's ridiculous. And you have a friend like that, that will be intimidating with this delusion and making you feel inferior about yourself and make you feel like, you are going through divorce and your divorce is going through and this and that. What's the sense in that? Be in an environment that empowers you to gain confidence, empowers you to feel like, yes, I belong. Environments that don't make you feel that way, exclude yourself, eliminate yourself. Environment that you are not called, don't present yourself there, period. Delusion of fantasy continues, right? They may what? Misinterpret. That's just the delusion. Hi, Eric. How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling well. Eric, I cut my hair. People say I look good. People say I don't. Me, I look good though. What do you think? That's my brother. I know you have the best. No, don't be honest. Don't come and tell me something other. Anyway, so we're talking about exes, what exes should be doing when they've gone through divorce. They shouldn't be stalking people. They shouldn't be obsessing what they can do to help themselves. So that's the discussion we are having. I look cool. Only brothers will tell you that, by the way. But whether that is true or not, I don't know. But me, I know I look fine. I look fabulous. Yes. You understand? They may misinterpret your silence as love or your fear as passion. So don't even avail yourself to give them any emotion, period. Don't let them know what you are feeling. I told you guys, when I used to go to Ghana, right? Doing those phases, I'll come back before I'll post pictures of me in Ghana. And people will say, oh, you're in Ghana, let's hook up. I'm also in Ghana. I say, oh, I've been back. I don't want him to know my steps. When I was in my journey, my healing journey, and I don't want him. I was always in parallel. Be in parallel. When you see him here, not because you are scared of him. Once you show yourself as you are scared, that's an emotion. That's a reaction. They love it. I was always in parallel. Always hiding evidence. Always hiding. Not that I was scared of him. That's why. No, I needed my peace to focus. I don't need distraction. You get it? They are struggling with rejection, obviously. That is why somebody creates a whole page to denigrate their ex, to stalk their ex, to be posting, go to their page, the ex and the newfound love's page, and come and post their relationship issues here. That is obsession, and it's a disorder on its own. That is a mental health disorder that have the diagnosis. Trying to struggle with rejection. Rejection is real. Rejection is, look at the picture video I posted about stigma. A lot of single mothers will go through rejection. So like me, I adopted loving myself. I adopted being on my own. I adopted finding myself. In fact, I'm my own friend. I find so much comfort in hanging out with myself than trying to force myself on people in associations that don't that are not receptive. Be content. Whether you have them available to you or not, be content with yourself. Treat yourself with love and kindness. Be there for you. Not being there for yourself is being busy stalking. That is so much draining. That is so much time to calculate, to plan how to do it, how to denigrate them, how to drag them. That's a lot of work, a lot of psychological destruction. That's too much burden on yourself. You get it? That's too much. Instead of processing pain or moving on, some people become stuck in a loop of denial and obsession. Stalking keeps them connected to the source of their pain. Why? Why would you want to go, the person you are obsessing, you want back in your life so bad, and you can't have? You are stalking them and you are seeing them kissing and hugging and chilling with another woman. Hey, me that I'm so selfish. I don't like so sharing, no. Me that I'm so selfish. I'll be stalking and coming to see what is going on there. I don't want to see it though. I don't care and I don't want to see it. Even if I see it, I don't see. Like, you see, you want me to see it, so I'll give you reaction. You will see my reaction. I would not give you reaction. I won't give you the satisfaction you want. You need to wake up. You understand? You need to wake up. Power, revenge, and or intimidation. People stalk because of revenge. And that's what I was telling you. What is the best revenge in this world than you going to do better? Get a job, get a degree, get a house, be able to acquire your own shelter so you are not homeless, be able to afford good living. When you step out, you're able to look good. Hey! What is better than that? Than to be seeking revenge? What is better than that? You want to... anything that is extrinsic is useless to you. The power you want to have control. If you have control on your ability to make a living, control over your ability to pay your bills, control over ability to secure shelter for yourself, control over your ability to acquire food and nutrition. That is the best power you can have. Your ability to not need that narcissist or the people that want to see you fail. That's the best power you can have. But if you want power over someone so you can control them, when the person don't avail themselves for you to control them, you lost power, and that makes you powerless and makes you feel depressed, makes you feel frustration, that is where your obsession becomes intense, defined. That's where you want to stop. You are sleepless. You have sleepless night, PTSD. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? For some, stalking is retaliation disguised as concern. I share with you guys, right? Facebookers, if you are on Facebookers, I don't know if we are not on Facebook at the moment, but if you click on Facebook to join, then you probably hear. Remember when I talk about, is it 2018, 24th December, where police is calling me with fake allegation that, oh, they call me out when they can't hear of me and they want to make sure I'm okay. Just because they want a host who will take the case from them, so they will go for the holidays, because over the holidays Mamle will go to work and she has to be broke. If I don't dump this case on her, even though it's my visitation of what, then you can't be using the police to intimidate me, manipulate, and get your way. It doesn't work that way. I will not avail myself for nonsense, for my emotions to be disrupted. And me, if I'm in my house, even if I have a police warrant, you better catch me outside. But as long as in my house, my safe haven, my sanctuary, you will knock on my door, I won't answer. Nobody comes to my house without an appointment. And my kids know that. It's our safety net. Nobody knocks on my house and I opens the door. Whether it's Boy Scout kids or Girl Scout kids or a marketing agent trying to find somebody for their technology, someone selling their product, you don't, whether even police, you don't knock on my door and Mamle will come to the door. I'm not going to be shot by mistake. It's only going to be on the news. The police shot me by mistake. It's not going to be a mistake. I'm not going to avail myself for you to do that by mistake. It won't happen. My home is my sanctuary, and I protect myself with my last breath in it. You get it? So you see, power, revenge, intimidation. Using the police to intimidate me. Using power, forcing to get your way. And when you can't get your way, you want to use police to intimidate me. It doesn't work that way. Your ex may be using stalking as a covert. Narcissism can be covert as a covert form of punishment or psychological abuse. And if you give them, you see, me, I understood these things. So I stood here and I looked at him out there. That was the first day he knew my house after so many years. He forced the keys. From 2015 that I bought the house, is 2018 that he got to know where I lived. He forced the keys to show him where I lived. And I stood here, up on the upstairs, not downstairs, and I went to the closet and looked at him there with his car there and the keys, and I laughed. See? You see, I was laughing because I understood the narcissism, I understood what by then I was already in psych nurse practitioner school, and I understood these things very well, right? So, I was looking at him and I was laughing how frustrated he was. You see, what was meant to frustrate me and get me to be, my emotional response and stuff went on him. He was mad. He was mad. I laughed and I made sure that holiday he kept the kids. You can be, listen, you can't get me. I'm too advanced in my healing journey. And from 2010 to that 2018, it's already 8 years. Then 2020 is when I finally started talking. So I used 10 years already to grieve, to heal, to advance in my career, to do the work before anybody on my social media contact, whatever, got to know where I was and what I was dealing with. You have to do the work when you are drowning. Unfortunately, because nobody will come and rescue you from that drowning state. You have to get help. You have to get the support network you need to stand tall in the face of the crisis, and be prayerful. Use the Bible to comfort you. There is anything you want in the Bible, there's a quotation for it that will console you. We're coming to the end. We're almost there. You get it? You want to use the police to intimidate me, want to exert power on me, seek revenge, then he's happy. Then basically using covert strategy to punish me and psychologically abuse me in the hype of holiday. I did my double so, and he babysat. You gonna get me. I'm very intentional. It's especially common after abusive relationships, when the abuser can't stand losing their grip on you. And that's what I'm telling you. If you go to my page on TikTok right now, that video, that comment I kept responding to, that person is the abuser. I can tell you. It's sad that this time the abuser is a woman. You know me, when I was going to that and I can't stand men, I thought men are this, men are that, until I got to know that women. I was so mad at women. I said, why don't you let them carry all the burden? Let's blame them, or let's blame it on them. But, my fellow women, they want to share the curse and the burden of fault with the men. Now women are cheating, married women are cheating, all of them. But me, I was so mad at women. That's why I've relaxed a little bit on the men, though, because I got to know that women are even doing the most. Women are doing the most. Think about it. Before the thought, you should think what you should do. Document everything. My dear, sometimes documentation don't even get you anywhere. What I will tell you from experience as a professional and from experience as a survivor standpoint is the only thing that will make you stay above them is to become content. How do you become content? Your ability to learn about them, your ability to develop coping mechanisms, your ability to work on investing value into yourself. Being successful, the biggest revenge to your enemy is to be successful. They hate to see you glow. They hate to see you succeed. They hate to see you do better. Because some of the documentation, some of the pictures, some of the evidence, some of the calls, you will take it to court and they will be able to cook up a story that it is all staged. And the judge that don't like your personality or how you talk or how loud you are can go with that. They can label you as a mentally ill person. The judge may go with that. So really, living in power with them, avoiding them at all costs. There is no winning with them, with the narcissist. Avoiding them at all costs, blocking them if you could, and focusing on your achievements, where you want to get to. Because once you get, when I became an RN, that was his worst nightmare. Just RN associate, it was his worst nightmare. Because the person said, let's see how you're going to finish school with no help. That is the intention. That was the assignment. Because as long as I couldn't finish the school, I was under him. This is my ex, for instance. My ex has this thing that he envies your success, and you don't want partners like that. When you win, it's for you as a family. It's for your wife. It's for your kids. It's for your husband. It's for your kids. It's for everybody. In this case, no. When you are winning and it's a pain to your ex, to your husband, to your wife, whilst together, I have to start crying for you. If you are achieving and it's a pain for your spouse, and they discourage you and they won't give you support, and they find ways and means, everything to tell you it's a bad move to succeed, to achieve higher heights, I want to tell you that it's not a safe place to be. So no, you can still compile documentation and evidence for the court, but I'm telling you, it still can go west or south or east or wherever the judge decides to put it. Do not engage. That is what I'll tell you. Do not engage. That one I'll tell you. That's a big success. That will make you successful. Never engage. Detach. Separate. In fact, be as far away from them as possible. Be in parallel with them. No replies, no justifications. Don't explain nothing. Oh, so I call you. Well, I didn't want to respond to you because every time I respond, it's an issue. That's what they want. They want the response. They want your reaction. They want to know how you are feeling. So the best is to not do it. You don't respond to a narcissist. You let them stay confused, thinking about, so what is he doing? So did he get this message? Is he avoiding me? Did he block me? Let them be thinking. Don't give them the solution. Don't give them the answer. Don't let them know how you are feeling emotionally. The best thing is to detach. Do not engage. Do not reply. Do not justify nothing. Tell people. If you don't feel safe, tell people, friends, your workplace, your neighbors. Tell them you're confident. Tell them that you don't feel safe and this is going on. Report this to somebody. That is good. That is your safety net. File a police report. Protection orders. Make them your friend. Don't be scared that you're going to go to court and you have to testify against your spouse or your ex. That is a way of protecting you. I have another example I can give you, but I will leave it for now. Whenever you go and the commissioner and they want you to not testify against them, Massa, it's your choice to decide or not. By the time you don't testify, they will be gone to their homes and you'll be left hanging. You'll be left hanging. Don't be worried. You filing police report, you filing testifying against them in a protective order, both man or woman, you are not doing it because you hate them. You are doing it because you fear for your life and you want to be protected. And when the courts grants you that protection order, hold on to it with your last breath. Hold on to the protection order with your last breath. If you go and give that up, the court will not take you serious again. You regret it. Facebookers know. You will regret it. Okay? Strengthening digital privacy. Strengthening digital what? Privacy. Strengthening digital what? Privacy. Lock them everywhere. They will still find you because they are stalkers and they will create new emails, new what to find you. But that means I told you what I used to do. When I go to Ghana and I take pictures, I don't do live videos from Ghana. I don't post pictures from Ghana. I land back in the US before I post pictures that I took in Ghana. I don't want you to be able to read me. I don't want you to... So you protect your what? Your digital privacy. Block, change password, enhance privacy settings. Who can see your pictures? Who can see your posts? Who cannot? Make those your friends. Final thoughts. Stalking is not proof of love, obviously. That some people idolization too is not proof of love. Look at it. I mean, it's not. Stalking, idolization, they are not proof of love. It's a proof of pathology. You know what pathology is? Illness. I've said it throughout the life that people with this personality, this situation, they have illness. They have mental illness. Pathology is an illness. What is the pathology? What is the prognosis? Meaning, what is the illness and what are they expecting to happen? Do you have good prognosis, bad prognosis? What is it? Prognosis is what chance do you have of recovery? How good is it? How does prognosis look like? Pathology is the sickness, prognosis is recovery. Stalking is not a proof of love, it's a proof of what? Pathology. You deserve to feel safe and free, not watched, not followed, or emotionally hijacked. If your ex is stalking you, the issue isn't closure. They don't need closure. It is what? Your right to space that it is about. They want to infringe upon your right to your personal space. And this brings us to the end of it. What I wanted to discuss today is what you do after divorce and separation. What do you do after divorce and separation so that you feel content? Going through these things, not knowing what their taxes and stuff are, will get you constantly giving them the response they want, feeding them the energy they want to suck up from you for them to survive. In fact, learn to starve a narcissist. Learn to starve a narcissist. Learn to starve a narcissist. I love you guys. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube and you're on TikTok, please go to my YouTube and subscribe. Facebookers, come on board to YouTube, because these days, today I did too many videos on YouTube, on TikTok, Facebook, which is okay too, because those kind of videos I wouldn't put on YouTube, except maybe if I like shoot a short clip and told them the process of cutting off my hair, going to bald and all that. This is the first time I've gone this short though. That I can post there, but I won't do a whole live showing them the process. So those ones, I have to start doing those, if I will, on my Facebook backup page, not the main page. So if you haven't followed the backup page too, the psychoeducation page, follow that. The Power Psychoeducation page, the Manye Mamle page, follow those pages, so that in case I do, because I have to be doing the lives there if I want to, but the main page will just share to the page. All right, I love you guys. Subscribe, like, and share, and have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Miss Ari, I'm thankful that you came over. It was fun having you. Good man. I know you are sleeping. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you, and thanks for the contribution and all the questions. You made it interactive. TikTokers, those who came with their power taps, thank you. God bless you. And I will encourage you that when you come to the live, it's a courtesy of yours to just like it. Okay? Like, support, and I appreciate it, you appreciate it. And that's it. You're liking, showing you appreciate me being here. I don't get money from being here. So help me to grow. I love you, and I'll see you later. Good night. I'm waking up early tomorrow. Thank you guys. Facebook, we think this place, we've been here longer than we expected, but it's all good. Have a good night.